Hello, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's time once again for a postcard of the week. This week, we're looking toward our 45th Wichita Postcard Club show here in October 21 and 22. Mark it on your calendars with a big circle around it and make sure you make it. We're excited this year to always have some new dealers to fit in with the other people that maybe they have an obligation, a graduation or somebody's sick, or we've heard them all over these years. But we're happy to have Ashley Ahrens from Little Rock, Arkansas, state close by. We've not had very many dealers from that state in the past, but that's always good news because think about a state where we really haven't traversed the roads like she has to find and to bring cards to Wichita. And that was the way we began 45 years ago, to have a show where people would bring cards to Wichita to see, because we made the rounds to all the antique shops that we have here. And those we just have very few anymore, except thank goodness for Hewitt's downtown. But in any case, we're glad you're here today. And Ashley, let me kind of turn it over to you, and you can show us something that you brought maybe to show us for our postcard of the week, and tell a little bit about what you're thinking and bringing, and we'll look forward to hearing from you. Go ahead, Ashley.
Perfect. Thank you, Hal. I am very, very excited to be coming to the Wichita show. And I'll just say before I talk about my card that the only reason I'm coming to the Wichita show or even know about it is because the Wichita Postcard Club during the pandemic y'all had your meetings on Zoom. And I found out about the club and was able to join from Arkansas and join the club and join the Zoom meetings. And so I'm a proud member of the Wichita Postcard Club and really happy to be coming to the show as a vendor. First time vendor at the Wichita show, first time vendor at any postcard show. So I'm very, very excited about that. Thank you. The postcard I want to tell you about today or show you, I just want to give you a smidge of a background. I am a native Arkansan. My hometown where I grew up is called Stuttgart, Arkansas. It's founded by Germans who named the town after Stuttgart, Arkansas, but being as we are, we pronounce it Stuttgart. So I have two collecting interests myself, and they are cards from my hometown of Stuttgart, Arkansas, and from the county in which it resides, which is Arkansas County. And then also my adopted town I live in, my hometown now, which is the capital of Arkansas in Little Rock, as Hal said. So I collect cards from Little Rock and from Stuttgart. So the card I want to show you today is an early Albert type from my hometown of Stuttgart, a downtown area. And it's a wonderful black and white card that shows the transition and the progress happening at the time, probably very early in the 1900s. But what the card shows in the foreground is just one lone horse and buggy parked proudly in the front. This is our main street in Stuttgart, and then all the rest of the cars look like those black Fords. All the cars all up and down Main Street. It shows the prosperity of the town, in that we had people who could afford cars there, and the transition over to modern transportation. It's a wonderful scene of our downtown, a view of our downtown in Stuttgart, and I'm happy to say that the downtown still exists and is vibrant today. And many, of course not all, but many of the buildings shown in this card are still there today. And the chamber and other volunteers have done a great job of preserving them and restoring them. So makes me happy to see how my town was doing then and to know how the downtown is now. So unfortunately, this card is not canceled, has no postmark or writing on the back. So I don't know the exact date, but we can kind of judge it based on the scene there. So that's my postcard of the week. I'm happy to share from my collection.
Great, great. I think a hometown collection is always great. I personally collect Wichita, Kansas, as that is my hometown, and my wife's too. And we just enjoy the collection, looking at it and seeing the changes through the years and wishing they hadn't torn that down, or thanks very much for that parking lot. Things like that. It always happens no matter where you live.
It does.
Ashley, what else can you say a little bit about you've covered kind of about your being a first-time dealer here and a first time you've been to a postcard show. You've certainly heard about him before, but we're just really pleased to have you here and to have you already booked in. And she was one of the first to return her contract, and that's a good start for sure.
Hal, send those contracts out. I'm ready. I was sitting on.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I have not been to just a postcard show. I've been to book and paper and ephemera shows where there have been postcard dealers for sure, but really happy to be coming as a postcard vendor and as a shopper and a collector myself. But I'll tell you, for the past 10 years or so, it's really when I became a postcard collector and then kind of inadvertently became a dealer from the items I bought that I didn't want to keep. But I don't sell at postcard shows. I don't sell on eBay. I just have a little booth in a shop downtown here in Little Rock, and I sell postcards there. So I'm going to bring some of those cards, but I've also been putting cards to the side for 10 years. A lot of RPPCs that I didn't want to put in my booth that were more valuable than what I put there. I have unusual shaped cards. I have jumbo cards. I have, and I'll be bringing these to the show. I have publisher packs, like still straight from the publisher with the paper band around them, all linens. I have several of those postcard packs, mostly comics that I'm bringing that I didn't want to put those in my booth. And I have some World War I postcards from a great uncle of mine that I'm going to bring. So I have quite a few things, and I have mostly postcards from cities and towns. I have a lot of Arkansas, of course, which I'll bring, but I have them from all over the country, cities and states. Have a nice set of really old St. Louis cards, and I have Schenectady, New York, of all things. I have a lot from there, and I have New York City. So everything in between. So I'm going to bring what I have in my booth, but also what I've had stashed here at my house that I'm still organizing. So my husband's coming with me, and he's a postcard supporter. He's not a postcard collector, but he and I are looking forward to being in Wichita with you all.
Well, thanks so much, and Ashley, we'll see you in October. And we'll keep seeing you at monthly meetings. This is where we get together on Zoom and be able to share and learn from each other. And we all have a story, and we know about this or that the rest of us may have never heard about. And so that's part of the fun of collecting postcards and really digging in and learning about things too, history and social issues that happened, and good roads. You mentioned those cars. They all had to eventually have a road from their house in the country to the downtown. And we take it for granted today, but good roads were a big political issue and social issue at the time, 1910, 1915. And anyway, a lot of that is documented on postcards, and that's what gets me stirred up and looking forward to it. So thanks for coming today, and we'll see you in October and at, like I said, future club meetings. So take care, and thank you again. Bye-bye.
Enjoyed it.